What if the best advice about money wasn't written by billionaires, hedge fund managers, or Silicon Valley founders, but by Chinese sages who lived thousands of years ago? Long before modern finance, ancient Chinese thinkers were asking deeper questions. What creates wealth? Why do some people keep it while others lose it? And what kind of person do you need to become to handle prosperity well? Because in ancient Chinese philosophy, money was never just about money. It was about character, timing, restraint, self-mastery. So in this video, I want to share 10 ancient Chinese rules for making money. Do not get rich quick advice, not hustle culture, something older and honestly something wiser. Let's begin. Number 1, wealth does not enter through hasty doors. There's an old Chinese saying, wealth does not enter through hasty doors. And that already cuts against how most people think about money today. Because when people feel financially anxious, they rush. They chase quick wins. They force bad investment. They say yes to things that they don't understand. But ancient Chinese wisdom keeps pointing in the opposite direction. Stillness before action. The desperate mind is expensive. The calm mind is profitable. When you stop trying to grab money, you start making better decisions. You become harder to manipulate, harder to scam, harder to tempt. The point is not to move slowly, it's to start moving from panic. Because money often leaves the hands of impatience and flows toward the person who can wait. Number 2, know when to stop. Loads road, know when to stop and you will not meet danger. This might be one of the most underrated money lessons ever. A lot of people think wealth is about earning more, but just as often, wealth is about not to ruin what you already have. People don't usually lose everything because they had no opportunity. They lose it because they couldn't stop. One more trade, one more expansion, one more risky bet, more proof that they were right. Greed rarely looks like greed in the moment. It looks like ambition, it looks like confidence, it looks like I'm just pushing a little further. But wisdom is knowing your limit, set your target, set your boundary, and when you reach it, walk away with peace. Because sometimes the difference between wealth and regret is simply knowing when enough is enough. Number 3, timing, position, people. Ancient Chinese thought often returns to 3 forces: heaven's timing, earth's terrain, human harmony. In modern language, timing, positioning, and people. Most people only focus on effort, but effort alone is not enough. You can work incredibly hard on the wrong idea, in the wrong market, with the wrong people at the wrong time. And you wonder why nothing moves. Asian wisdom reminds us that success is rarely just personal, it's contextual. Ask yourself, is this the right moment? Am I in the right environment? Am I building with the right people? Because hard work matters, of course it does. But hard work without alignment is like rowing against the current. You can be disciplined and still be misdirected. Wealth grows faster when your effort moves with reality. Number 4, water does not compete. The Dou De King says, the highest good is like water. Water benefits all things and does not compete. This is such a powerful idea for business and money. We live in a world obsessed with competition. Be louder, be faster, beat everyone, dominate the market. Water teaches something else. Water doesn't fight for attention. It becomes essential. And that might be the smarter way. Instead of trying to outcompete everyone, build something so useful, so clear, so distinctively valuable that people naturally move toward it. Not because you shouted the loudest, but because what you made generally helps. The goal is not to be the noisiest person in the room. The goal is to become undeniable. Don't just compete, become difficult to replace. Number 5, move with the phase you are in. In the Yi King, the first hexagram describes the dragon in 6 stages: hidden, emerging, leaping, flying, and eventually going too far. It's a reminder that success has seasons. There is a season for preparation, a season for testing, a season for bold actions, and a season for restraint. A lot of frustration comes from acting as if every season requires the same energy. Sometimes you need to build quietly. Sometimes you need to take the leap. Sometimes you need to step back before momentum turns into arrogance. Wisdom is not just about working hard. It's about understanding where you are in the cycle. Because the right move at the wrong stage can become the wrong move. Number 6, when wealth is shared, people gather. Ancient Chinese merchants understood something many modern entrepreneurs forget. Hoarded wealth is weak wealth. Shared wealth is strong wealth. There is a classical idea that says, when wealth is scattered, people gather. When wealth is hoarded, people scatter. That doesn't just mean charity, it means incentive, trust, loyalty, share credit, share upside, share rewards. Because if all the gains flow only to you, eventually the energy around you starts to collapse. But when people feel seen, rewarded, and included, they stay, they care, they build with you. Some people want all the money and all the control. Asian wisdom would say that is a fragile strategy. Real wealth compounds through relationships. Number 7, abundance begins within. Manzi said, all things are already within me. At first, that sounds philosophical, almost mystical, but it has a very practical meaning. If you pursue money from a place of inner emptiness, money becomes emotional. It becomes proof, validation, escape, identity, and that is dangerous. Because once money becomes a thing that tells you who you are, you will never feel like you have enough. Asian Chinese philosophy starts somewhere deeper. Inner sufficiency. When you stop approaching life from lack, your decisions improve. You become less reactive, less desperate, less easy to tempt. Money is still useful, it still matters, but it stops controlling your emotional world. And paradoxically, that often makes you better at earning it. Number 8, don't build everything from scratch. In the Art of War Sun Ji Bingfa, there's the idea of drawing resources from the opponent. In modern terms, the lesson is simple. Leverage what already exists. Don't romanticize starting from zero. Use the platform, study the market, borrow the model, learn from competitors, improve what's already working. A lot of people waste years trying to be completely original. But originality is overrated if it comes with inefficiency. Wiser path is often to observe carefully and adapt intelligently. This is not copying, it's strategic learning. The smartest builders are not always inventing the wheel. They're noticing where the wheel is broken and making it turn better. Number 9, don't chase profit, build the source. There's a line associated with Asian merchant wisdom that captures something profound. Most people chase profit, the wise pursue the source. This is the difference between chasing transactions and building systems. Anyone can get a lucky win, a good month, a hot product, and a temporary trend. But the deeper question is, what creates the profit in the first place? Is there a repeatable engine, a trusted brand, a distribution channel, a loyal audience? Don't just ask, how do I make money? Ask what creates money consistently. Because one pays once, the other keeps paying. Number 10, don't overmanage what is already working. Lao Tzu said, govern the great nation as you could cook a small fish. Meaning, don't keep turning it over. This applies beautifully to work and money. Sometimes people ruin good things by interfering too much. They micromanage the team, they constantly change the strategy, they over-optimize the process, they touch everything all the time, but not every problem needs more force. Sometimes your job is simply to set the direction, create the conditions, and then leave room for things to work. This takes maturity, because over-control often comes from insecurity. We interfere because doing nothing feels irresponsible, but wisdom knows the difference between guidance and needless disturbance. So those are the 10 rules. If you notice the pattern running through all of them, it's this. In Asian Chinese philosophy, wealth is not just the result of effort, it's a result of alignment. Alignment between your mind and your actions, between timing and opportunity, between ambition and restraint, between external success and internal character. So which of these roots hit you the hardest? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy this kind of content, Asian Chinese philosophy decoded for modern life, subscribe because that's exactly what this channel is about. See you in the next one.